Okay, so now we've gotten to our redemption podcast, or was it really that bad? We are talking here about Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Oh my gosh, this is Patrick Swayze, not too long after Dirty Dancing, and he is a cooler who's basically the head bouncer of a bar who gets like paid he gets paid so much money. Holy God, he gets paid, he's like $500 a night cash. In 1989, how much were the beers they were buying?
$5,000 up front, $500 a night, plus you pay medical.
Yeah, plus his medical bills, which apparently are expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, so he goes to the middle of a bar in I can't remember now, Missouri, Illinois. I don't have my notes up. They closed on me. Here, I'm gonna give you the tagline. All right, here are the taglines: hired to tame a rowdy Missouri bar. Have my answer there. A PhD bouncer, Patrick Swayze, romances a doctor, Kelly Lynch, and tames the whole town. Wait, here's another one. Dalton lives like a loner, fights like a professional, and loves like there's no tomorrow. Also, within the first minute,
they marketed the shit out of this one.
Within the first minute of this film, somebody kicks a girl in the crotch on a stool and like knocks her over. I mean, it is absurd. Dave, do you want to do the thing here?
Yeah. On that note, let's fucking go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a little bit of the trailer.
Just to give you an idea of what you're in for, this was the trailer that described the movie back in '89.
He may be hard to handle.
I keep talking, you're gonna go off thinking I'm a nice guy.
I know you're not a nice guy.
But he's easy to like.
What's the matter, Dalton? Don't you like women?
The worst I ever had was wonderful.
He's not what you'd expect.
I thought you'd be bigger.
They literally gave away all the best gags in the film.
You can count on. He's the best friend a good time ever had.
Okay, look, I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to say he's the best friend a good time ever had. What the fuck?
I'm looking at here's the tagline I just found. In reference to his success in Dirty Dancing, the tagline is, "The dancing is over. Now it gets dirty."
Does it say who wrote that? Because they can drink.
Oh my God, that is so hard.
This has truly one of the best like final death lines of all time. It is one of my favorite villain lines of all time. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the villain line. Sorry, Dad. Here's one of my favorite villain lines of all time. I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
Oh my God, I know that line. I was like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Even their office meetings had a fucking knife fight. Literally, they were just like at the bar, like in the office. And they're like, we need to talk about the management that's going on here. And they're like, yeah, I just don't think it's working out between us. And he goes, oh yeah. Boom. Like multiple knives came out in a fucking office fight. He loved to read. He did a lot of Tai Chi. Here's another thing I'll say. They have so many broken glasses in this. Like, I guess everybody's just drinking bottles, right? Nobody's getting the 5 cents back on their deposit in Roadhouse. Also, how many tables do they have? So they're all high top, like, circular tables. And every single night that we saw in this film, at least one table was just decimated in half by somebody getting just completely body slammed on it.
You can only throw someone into a high top table. That is the rule in this movie.
All right. So let's talk about the plot of the movie, I guess. So Patrick Swayze goes to this new bar. He's going to run it his way, which includes being nice to people, I guess. And then it turns out that the town is basically run by a terrorist gangster organization. So he basically has to like be the protector of the entire town. And people wonder what he's in it for. He's also best friends with the band, and the band is fucking awesome. It's the lead singer or guitarist is this blind guy that plays these covers all night.
That's actually awesome. that's the Jeff Healey band.
It's the Jeff Healey band. Yeah.
It was the first time I'd ever heard Jeff Healey band. I listened to them from that point on.
He also does still have his signature Patrick Swayze half mullet, which I do really wonder how the little trickles of hair feel on the back of his neck, just like those little tiny trickles in the back of his neck. I mean,
from the look of everyone's hair in that film, fucking rock solid. You could cut paper with it.
I think it feels amazing, Jeff. I think that's
Shout out to Sam Neill, who plays his friend from the old bar, who kind of follows him to the new
Sam Elliott.
Where he's working. Sam Elliott, not Sam Neill. Sam Elliott.
Yeah, he's not a velociraptor.
He's awesome. He also gets a good crack shot in there. You're right. He also gets Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott gets a good crack shot. In
Whole
this
lot
film.
of good crotch shots and jeans in this
lot of
movie.
good crotch
Seriously, was everybody going fucking commando in this film?
Whole lot of
Oh, yeah.
bulging in this movie, you guys. There is a whole lot of Wrangler bulge. Just so you know.
Not great. Does not treat the women particularly well, with the exception of the female doctor. But every single woman at any point could just like rip her clothes off and start either dancing or fighting or something like in this movie.
For no
Honestly, who gives a
adequately
shit about-
explained reason.
Who cares about the
This
plot?
is what
you
I
guys
wrote
had fun,
down.
right?
This is what I
This
wrote
is
down
so
for this
fun.
movie. I wrote down 5 things during this movie. Tai Chi, monster
Yeah.
trucks,
Yeah.
philosophy, parentheses, man's search for faith and that kind of shit. That's a quote.
Yeah, that's about right. That's a quote.
Another line, nobody ever wins a fight. That's his philosophy, you guys. And
Yeah.
take down by a taxidermy polar bear.
Yes, that. Also, the way he does it, it's like a full Austin Powers, where the guy sees the truck coming and goes, "No!" for like 10 seconds. That bear is falling for minutes. It's falling
Yeah.
for so long, and that
So
guy just like
long. He's a ninja. He's a ninja philosopher, cooler, loner.
There's also.
I mean, they
there's
took
also
like every cool genre of the '80s, and they were like, "Fuck it, we can set this in
Yeah.
white
Yeah,
trash
we can put 'em
America.
all
we
in.
can do
It's
this.
fine, yeah.
Yeah, we can just
That's
like
exactly
shove
right.
it all together."
All right, I have a few more notes than you.
Okay, go
give it
ahead.
to me.
I
Give
said-
it to me. Wait,
No-
first.
Yeah.
How many checks did you give it, or what's your point system?
Oh, the X's? No, I don't do that anymore. It
come
didn't
on.
make sense. And, this would actually get probably about 8 or 9 because
at least.
this used to be one of my guilty pleasures, and it is. We actually watched this as a family in this house last night, and yeah, there were so many. Like as I mentioned earlier, there's a very famous Family Guy piss take of this. So the Roadhouse lines were flying thick and solid all around the house for the night, but like some of the notes I wrote is okay. Nobody's hair moves a lick in this film.
Interesting note. Good
Like,
note.
It
Good
could-
note.
Perfect.
Yeah, fucking Hurricane Katrina could be happening, and that hair's still going to stay exactly where it is.
Except for when Sam Elliott walks in after getting
Yeah.
beat up, and
Yes.
Patrick Swayze's like
Right.
trying to push his hair back.
This movie has some of the best dialogue and also some of the worst dialogue within minutes of each other.
What's the difference in this movie? You know what I mean? Like it's all the same.
Well, I'll give you like Sam Elliott. The man literally can deliver anything you give him with style. In the bar I'm working in, there's a sign over the urinal saying, "Don't eat the big white mint." He manages to say this with a completely straight face and like total class. This movie contains one of the most awkward and impractical sex scenes I've seen outside of a comedy.
Yeah, that was an awkward sex.
That
scene.
was an awkward sex. And apparently the role of Doc, Annette Bening, was originally cast. And
Interesting.
Wow.
Kelly Lynch took over, apparently due to a lack of chemistry between like Patrick Swayze and Banning. And I'm like,
What's up with Swayze? You hear this all the time with Swayze's.
I mean, if she was the replacement, like an improvement on the chemistry, I shudder to think what the earlier fucking scenes look like.
Yeah, they were awful. It was also like exactly like trying to be the love scene in Dirty Dancing when Crying is playing. They were like, let's use that other song that sounds
Yeah.
like Crying.
I mean,
Yeah.
it has.
No, it was,
yeah. It has some
it was,
wisdom in it, though.
It's Otis Redding. These arms of
These arms of mine, yeah.
It's actually
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
song. I
No,
believe they
no,
use that
no.
in Dirty Dancing.
No,
as well.
that's what I'm saying. It sounds
Yeah.
that song is used in Dirty Dancing, but the love scene is
Yeah.
the song called
Is Crying,
Don't You
yeah.
Feel Like Crying?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like the same fucking thing. They tried to do the
Hungry
same thing.
Eyes or whatever.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
Also,
Like
this is directed by a guy whose name is Rowdy. It's good to know.
Rowdy John. No, I saw that too. That's fucking
Dude, this film
fantastic.
cements the theory also that any guys turning up riding the back of a pickup truck is not going to end well.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
this
his
is
biggest
awful.
wisdom.
This is like
Yeah.
white trash Godfather shit. Like
Here's
this is just
here's the thing though, like the villain, like the main bodyguard that the bad guy has is this guy that just stands around and looks kind of menacing and awkward at the same time for about an hour of this film. And then all of a sudden, for no reason, the guy sends his girlfriend up to dance, and she probably takes all her fucking clothes off and dances around the stage for no reason whatsoever.
Very strange. Yeah.
She comes down. He's not into that. Cool. We're going to move on from there. So the bad guy decides to pick a fight with all and totally turns into a full fucking ninja.
Ninja.
Pretty
I wrote
much.
down ninja too, dude.
Pretty much, because we haven't had a fight in 20 minutes. This guy's going to bust out a pool cue and like whip everyone's ass with it. It's what?
No,
I got to be honest though, you guys.
so sad.
I was apprehensive about watching this. I had never seen it before. Somehow in my American uprising.
Yeah.
Uprising.
Uprising. Yeah,
Freudian slip.
That's basically what I've become. No, I'm angry and I'm here. I fucking loved this movie. It
Yeah.
was so entertaining.
I'm ragging on
there
it, but it is fun.
Oh my god, I had so much fun. I love good bad movies. And this is a really hilarious,
That's what
entertaining
this is, yeah.
bad movie. It did not lose me. I was never totally lost. Even the bad sex scene, I was like, whatever. And then we just moved right on, and it was totally.
I want
fun.
to know what the oil budget was because Patrick was shiny.
Oh my god,
is
that Tai
shiny.
Chi scene. They were like, get more oil on that man's back.
Yeah. There was one scene in the barn. I think it was Sam Elliott and Patrick Swayze in the barn at the top, and you can see the sunlight streaming in through the open door that looks down. And it's actually quite fucking funny because if you look at the side of their face and then you look at the trees outside, the sun's on the other side of the tree.
Yeah, there were a lot of continuity issues, but we let it go.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's being really picky. Everything else, like, it was really
Classic,
just
of
fun.
course. They had. I know he shot him in the shoulder, but of course, Ben Gazzara is like fucking twice his age. Had to somehow match him in skill at the end of that movie when they were fighting each other. I was like, he just hit that 71-year-old in the face as hard as he could. That guy is dead. I mean, but
He's
it
the one-
didn't,
and
it didn't
it took
fucking
him-
matter. I didn't care.
It took him 4 shots with a shotgun to finally die.
What about Emmett?
Yeah, that last shot when he's fine. He doesn't
He
even
goes
have a red face.
airborne.
He looks
Still
them
make
in
it?
the eye.
What about Emmett, the guy that puts him up? Like, a fire starts in the house, and then was he cooking meth? That house
He was
exploded.
totally fine,
like fuck.
and he was totally fine.
Yeah.
He was
Completely
fine, yeah.
covered in his pajamas.
He was wearing safety pajamas and cooking meth,
right.
and something went horribly wrong, and the house exploded.
I just love you guys the fact that like they mentioned it. They did. This is why this movie is great. This is the essence of this movie. You find out that Patrick Swayze's character has murdered a man with his bare hands by tearing his throat out. You find that
Ripped
out
his
early
throat
on.
right out. Killed a guy
You
once.
find that
Ripped his
out
throat
early
right
on.
out.
So, and it's like, and then they bring it up again. It's like he can't escape his past. And then he does it. He fucking rips that guy's throat out. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's like how he kills. And then the last moment when he's about to kill Ben Gazzara, he puts his hand into like a tiger. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna rip his
Yeah.
throat out.
Yeah, he's got
Oh
like
my
this.
God.
He's got like all 5 fingers going. Like I nearly
Yeah.
jumped out of my chair. I'm like fucking
awesome.
spider.
Patrick,
It
don't
looked
rip
like-
his throat out. Don't do it.
It looked like
I'm
it looked
gonna-
like in Dumb and Dumber when Jim Carrey rips the guy's heart straight out. Like it looked
Yeah.
like that.
I'm going to attack you with the hand spider of
Oh,
death.
My God, you guys, it was so fucking funny.
It
And then I
is.
don't know if you noticed this. Did anybody catch this? At the very end, the last fucking scene for no reason at all. Patrick is skinny dipping with his girlfriend, Doc.
Yeah,
And there's somebody sitting on the shore. There's somebody
Oh, I didn't
sitting
see
right
that.
there on the
I
shore
didn't
of the
miss that
lake,
shit.
and they dive in naked.
Guys, don't we all want to skinny dip with an audience?
But then it's like, oh, well, okay, maybe that guy's watching us, so we'll go under the water and bang. I don't think they've
right,
thought
yeah.
that through. They
They
have
were
not
like, how do
thought
we
this
end
through.
this movie?
Yeah.
Let's just get them making out naked in a lake. I don't know how to end this movie.
How do we end this movie? Let's drown the main actors.
This movie's so funny. You know what the best part about this movie is? Watching it, just you can't watch this movie and not think about how like clever the filmmakers were trying to be. So there's a scene where like a motorcycle is trying to get away, and you see Patrick Swayze running, and you're like, okay, so Patrick Swayze is gonna take this guy out. How's he gonna do it? Oh, I know. He's gonna find him on a foothill where like the shoulder of the road is higher than the actual road itself, and then he's going to tackle the guy so that the motorcycle keeps going forward, and even though the two guys are tackled off. There's also another scene where you could see a guy like lining up a big gun at a car that's coming at him, and he's just waiting for the right moment, and the car just goes fully airborne, and you know they're going to blow that car up in the middle of the sky, and this car gets
Explodes
fucking
in the
And they
middle
do
of
not
the
it's like
air, dude.
disappoint.
it is straight out of Die Hard. It is straight out of Die Hard. This car is midair and it gets
You
blown
know
up.
why that happened though? Roadhouse.
Yeah, Jeff, it
Guys
sounds
have
like
to see
you're
this Family Guy.
questioning. Sounds like you're questioning Dalton, which is mistake number one.
Yes,
so you're trying to get your
mistake
throat
number
ripped
one.
out.
I'm questioning Dalton.
I love how
I'm
they
not
had the
questioning
little
anything.
fight on the beach. There's a little beach by the lake where they finally throw down the sand. It was very important to the choreography. Them getting
Yes.
thrown around on that sand. And then he drags his body into the lake and he screams, Wesley!
The thing that gets me is that guy had a gun the whole time.
I know. He had.
What was he waiting for?
It's like,
If you had a gun in your back pocket, would you wait?
I'm sorry. If I'm a bad guy and I've just blown up someone's house, possibly murdered someone, I get tackled off my bike. No, I'm going to possibly take a couple of punches in the face from a kung fu expert, and not use the gun on my ankle.
Unbelievable. And I also loved how Patrick Swayze, not picking on Patrick, it was wonderful seeing him. In all sincerity, I love seeing that guy on camera. I miss Patrick Swayze. I liked him as an actor. He's so charming. But all of his kicks, he had the most beautiful point. Anyone who dances,
his
that man
pointing
had
his
the
kicks.
most beautiful pointed toes, and all of his kicks, they looked fucking gorgeous. They
Yes.
didn't look violent, but they looked beautiful. The execution really got me.
right, well, you know
all
what?
of the
Like-
supporting characters were perfectly cast, you guys. How did they find that many fucking redneck people to play these parts? Everyone, Emmett, every guy that had a shotgun, basically in that last scene, was fucking. I know those people. I grew up in a small town in the South. I fucking have seen those people around town. Emmett, Bert, Red. What was the guy who owned the auto shop? Red Bert or
Red.
something? Like
Yeah,
that?
Red.
I mean, Tanker, Dalton, Emmett, Wade. Unbelievable. This script. Who wrote this?
Yeah, well, there are. Well, actually, it's funny you should
David
mention
Lee
that.
Henry and Hillary Henkin.
And there is, if you haven't had enough, Roadhouse 2: Last Call,
Oh my god.
and it was
Last call.
pretty much the last thing that guy ever wrote.
Last call. God, that is right there. He said, "I'm going to just make the obvious
Jeff
choice."
is
and I'm gonna
furiously looking this
subtitle
up
it
because he
Last
wants
Call."
more.
Oh yeah, how did I miss this? Also, there was a female writer, which is something to note for this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of flops until she finally wrote Wag the Dog for De Niro and Hoffman in 1997. But before that, it's just like 13%, 23%, 24%. Her name's Hillary Henkin.
Wow.
Roadhouse. Guys, Roadhouse, 39%. It says it's either... Basically, it's like, is it so bad it's good? And I guess the answer is yes. I mean, I had a
Yes.
fucking great time. So what is this? But in deep Roadhouse country, there isn't a whiff of romance anywhere. Get the fuck out of here. Who is this? Los Angeles Times, Sheila Benson? Get the fuck out of here. What results instead is a
Calling out
monstrous
Sheila.
hybrid, a grotesquely implausible, oversized character. That's the whole point of the movie.
Wait,
I
is
don't
it-
understand how they're saying the reason
I
it's
think
bad is the
Sheila-
point of the movie. Come on.
Sheila, if you're listening, I think you went into Roadhouse trying to take it seriously, which is
This is from 2019.
That's
this
your
review.
fucking fault. I just don't understand what you thought about that. What did you think was going to happen? Patrick Swayze plays a bouncer, philosopher, Tai Chi, martial arts ninja master.
Wait, you know what's funny for me is this doesn't make any. So she said there's basically not a single jot of common sense. For me, the whole reason this is happening is because this guy is being offered so much money. So how would you say no? This guy is a bouncer, is making like almost $200,000 a year. Like, how do you say no to that? All he has to do is, yeah, like that's in Missouri. I mean, he's
is
going to be owning it.
unbelievable.
Like, I mean, if they were basically like, why are you doing it? And he's like, I do it for fun. Yeah, that would seem like bullshit, but he's very well paid. I mean, a lot of people do worse for
that
more
gets
money.
me as well is they're like rock stars. Everybody knows who they are.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
I
right.
know. I
well,
love
it's
how
like-
they're famous. How are they famous?
yeah.
What how are the people? How do just patrons of the bar know
there-
about these guys from a different state?
Yeah, is there like a top 40 cooler chart or
Oh.
something?
Oh, you know that bouncer from a different state who works
He
at a
doesn't even
local
have a last
roadside bar?
name.
Whoa.
He doesn't
yeah.
even have a last name. His name is
Pete?
Dalton. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, well.
Is that fucking Pete? All right, I got it. I'm
That is
also gonna call him out.
actually his last name. His first name is James.
Oh shit! There you go. See, I'm learning so much. See,
Yeah, if
Roadhouse
you-
has
When-
layers,
when they
and
open
I
his
didn't know.
yeah, when they open his medical records, it shows it.
I'm gonna just say it. Sam Elliott made me a little hot under the collar. That man was
Yeah.
fucking handsome in 1989. That
Yeah.
hair was unbelievable, dude. When was he?
The
he
voice,
looked
man,
great.
too. It's just...
That scene
Yeah,
when he
it's-
comes
it's
out
so
when
great.
they're kicking Patrick's ass when he's got the illegal drink delivered. He's like, "How you boys do it?" And he's just like, "What's going on here?" You know? Oh my god, it's just everything I want out of a shitty movie. Do you think Con Air was like, what did Roadhouse do? do you think like movies like that from the 90s were like, what did Roadhouse do?
Yeah.
Was that one of the first good, bad action movies?
I mean, Con Air definitely has Don't Touch the Bunny. That's right up there. I told you not to touch the bunny.
Oh my god, I loved it. I didn't think I was gonna love it. I was shocked. I laughed so much.
Yeah.
I had
It's
so
fun,
much
man. It's
fun.
fun.
I was
It
never.
is one of those
let
ones
down.
you invite people round and put it on for a laugh.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what the
I agree.
filmmakers
The
intended.
the
but that's
fighting
what
is
happens.
great too, dude. The fighting
dude,
is good.
A lot of those guys did their own stunts too, but they had like 30 odd stuntmen on site as well. And I think
It
the
was good.
guy who ran him through the fight choreography had like 9 black belts in different styles.
Holy shit! I mean,
Yeah.
at some point, in
So
some point
the
in their life,
stunts
they
were
learned how to fight
phenomenal.
martial
Yeah,
arts.
the stunt were phenomenal. We love that guy. He was awesome.
Do you think that guy, the henchman for Ben Gazzar, who said, "I fuck guys like you in prison," do you think he learned martial arts in prison? Like, where did they learn how to fight like that?
Yeah, it had to
I
be
don't
in
know.
prison.
We're honestly, who was the knife salesman in town? I really can't get over it. Like they all had very different, very unique, and very sharp knives.
Yeah, that hardware store had like delivery on point.
Yeah. You would Red would have been like, sorry, this is my fault. Like you would have
Yeah.
thought Red would have been like,
Oh my god!
all
Yeah,
right.
there was also like that town was as big as those establishments. The establishments we saw.
where
Yeah.
do they live, by the
That was
way?
the
Did you
whole
see?
town.
Wait,
Why
wait,
is
I have a
the
question.
auto-
Single-
why is the
not
auto
a single
parts store
residential
next?
district.
Did you
why
see
is the
a
auto
house?
parts store next to the barn? The bar.
There was the lake. There was
That's
the
it.
Reds, the auto place, the Roadhouse, and
And then
car
there are two
salesman. That was it.
mansions, but there wasn't like a street. There was no like suburb. Like there were no like houses with tire swings and backyards.
Jasper.
Yeah.
What state? What is Jasper? What state did it take place
Missouri.
in?
Missouri.
Jasper, Missouri. We're coming for you, Jasper. Shout us out if anybody's listening from Jasper, Missouri. Tell me if there's a suburb or
my
a
God.
Craining Farms or a
Tell-
Cambridge
Just homes.
Acres.
Give me a house.
Tell me
Oh
if
my
there's a
God. All right.
desert. Because there was a lot of
Guys.
desert there.
There's a lot of desert. Guys, this has been fun. Go see Roadhouse. We're just like we're literally trying to milk all the juice out of the lemon here. Just go
Yeah.
see it for yourselves. It's really fucking fun.
So much.
I mean,
Um,
we did.
all
we
the
definitely
bouncers
had
look
fun
like they
watching
work.
this.
All the bouncers look like they work for Chippendales. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. They have a net in front of the band so people don't throw beer bottles at it. It's wild. That's it. That was our week. 1989. What a weird year.